Hi guys, and welcome to yet another video here on the YouTube channel Spillfløyen Fellowship. My name is Andres Norwegian Viking, and today we take a closer look at the Battle Company scenario of Lords of Battle. So, as with all the scenarios in Battle Companies, there is a new way to choose how you basically choose how to play the scenario, which scenario to play, and that is of course the player with the lowest warband rating gets to choose what scenario is played, and that is quite interesting because it gives you an advantage, although being low rating, in addition to the mercenaries you can hire, and that gives you the opportunity to choose the scenario that best fits your playing style, best fits your army or warband in this case, and best fits against your opponent. So there are some scenarios who are good against high number players, good for high number players, good for players with a ton of might perhaps. There is so many possibilities and there are so many scenarios, and we are going to take a closer look at scenario number 4, and that is Lords of Battle. So the campaign has stretched on longer than any of us thought possible, and morale is low. This is not our campaign, it's just started. It's the flavor text. Only the leadership of the lieutenant has held us together this long. As we're ready for battle once more, it falls to him to lead us to victory once more. So Lord's Battle, very similar to the SPG version. I'm going to take a quick rundown of the rules. Layout is as follows. It's a 4x4 foot table with terrain placed as the side for an interesting and visually pleasing layout. And as with all Battle Companies games, you wouldn't need about 50% or more. More is more. More is great in the Battle Companies for terrain purposes. Starting positions is both players must divide the Battle Companies as evenly as possible into groups, each led by one hero. The player with the highest Battle Company rating selects one half of the table to be his deployment zone. He then selects one of his heroes and accompanying warriors, if any, and rolls a d6. On a 1 to 3, he deploys the group in the deployment zone within 12 inches of the center line. On a 4 to 6, he can deploy a group anywhere on the deployment zone. Regardless of the dice roll, no warrior can be deployed more than 6 inches from the hero leading his group. When he's finished, the opposing player does the same thing for one of his groups. Player alternate until all groups has been placed. So the objective of the game is once one company has been broken, the game might suddenly end. At the end of each turn after this condition has been met, roll a d6. On a 1 to 2, the game ends, otherwise the battle continues on for another turn. If at the end of the game, the Battle Company that has scored the most victory points wins. If both companies has the same amount of victory points, the game is a draw. Victory points are scored as follows. Every time an enemy model suffers a wound or expends a fate point, you score 1 victory point. A model that fails a fate roll will therefore award 2 victory points, 1 for the wound and 1 for the fate. If an enemy model is removed from play with an unspent fate point, you receive 1 victory point for each such fate point. And that can happen as well. You score 1 victory point if the enemy force is broken at the end of the game. If the enemy force is broken and yours is not, you score 3 victory points instead. And the rule that is most important to this is each time your company kills an enemy hero in a fight, one of your heroes in the same fight, bear in mind he has to be in the fight against the hero, gains a point of might. This may take him above the starting number of might points. So this gives you quite an edge, because if you fight against a high number of heroes, for instance hobbits or goblins, but they don't have as many might points, but your force does, you will not award as many points back as you have lower amount of fate points, but your ability to score an amount of victory points is higher because he has so many fate points. So that's a way to play it, as well as you receive might points to kill heroes. So if you have many heroes, you will probably if you face off many heroes, you will probably gain quite a lot of might. So my tactic in this game would be to try to shoot well, depending on defense and your abilities as well, try to shoot away the might wielding heroes or hero in the beginning, and then take on the other heroes in the fight to gain your might points. And that is a great way to actually win the scenario quite fast and quite good. So yeah. Other than that, it will be scrap in the middle unless you have a very, very skirmishing force. That will probably happen later in the game, as not many battle companies can start out with that many horses and stuff like that. So bear in mind that there will be scrap in the middle, and you probably will lose a bunch of models. But if you're lucky on the injury rolls, it will be no harm done. Alright, so that was the scenario for today. Please join us tomorrow as we take a look at Reconnoiter. And as always, please comment, like, share and subscribe, and support your Hobbit hobby.